April update, it's here, let's talk about it. I struggled with this one because it feels like it's very difficult to judge or criticize certain things in the patch because this was a free update. The alternative to this patch could have been Bungie just doing nothing, honestly. I'll start by saying that overall, the patch was good. Certain things are fine to criticize, like how sniper rifle ammo nerfs have hurt the PvE experience, even with the special ammo changes in PvE. When every boss revolves around pumping as many sniper shots as you can into them, well, you're gonna mess up that flow with a change like this. My team routinely killed the War Priest in one cycle, and with the new ammo changes, it's a bit harder to do so. The last run we did had a near perfect group composition, and we couldn't do it on that attempt. However, that's the highest of the high-end issues though, but that's not to say that other teams aren't having issues, because they are. I'd say this issue is probably the biggest negative out of the entire patch, even if I personally haven't felt the effects of it to the point where it is destroying my experience. Other things are much harder to criticize, like the content we actually got. After all, Bungie could have just done absolutely nothing at all and just given us the sandbox changes. So, what do you say when the counter to your argument is, okay, well then next time you can have nothing? I don't know. The strikes aren't too bad now that I've actually done both of them on Heroic and didn't have the ease of just melting the bosses in a matter of seconds. Prison of Elders level 41 is basically Prison of Elders from year 1, same thing with some additional bosses. Challenge of the Elders is not a challenge at all, not that I was expecting it to be, but rather the challenge is supposed to be how to get the highest score. Here's the problem with that though, is that you have no system to compare scores to the outside world. Currently, the leaderboards section of Bungie.net are 100% broken. The clan section is literally blank, and the friend section only shows yourself out of 1. Where are the global leaderboards? Are they even coming anymore? Why do I feel like I'm the only one who cares about this? Probably because I am, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning it. When there is nothing to compare to in terms of leaderboards, who cares about going for high score? Personal fulfillment can only go so far. I could have the highest score in the game, or I could be complete garbage. I have no idea. Ultimately, I hope one of these other websites, Guardian.gg, Destiny Tracker, whoever, is able to do Prison of Elders global leaderboards, because this was the one thing I was really looking forward to in the update, and it's just not here. That's not to say they couldn't add it in later, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's something that they're going to do if it isn't here now. I will say that this patch is a dream come true for average players. They should have called it the Loot Pinata patch because that's exactly what it is. Up to 335 loot coming from so many different places. The smart loot system makes it so upgrades come small, but gradually it's literally raining loot. And that's fine. I'll even go as far as saying it's a very good thing for the overall state of the game at the point where we are. Things should start out hard, then gradually get easier over time, and that is exactly what is happening right now. Quality of life changes are through the roof, so for the majority of players, this patch has been nothing but good news. Counterpoint. For the hardcore or dedicated players, well, there's no way for them to stand out anymore, really. It used to be getting high light levels, raid gear. As all of that becomes more and more accessible, us selfish elite buttheads have no way of standing out, and that's certainly one of the appeals in the mind of a hardcore player, is the ability to stand out amongst the crowd. I was going to use the Prison of Elders leaderboards as a way to stand out, getting those high scores or those high cumulative scores, maybe getting a reward as part of it. As far as I'm concerned, global leaderboards are probably just not coming. Let's be honest, it's probably not, and to someone like me, that sucks. I don't have that extra thing to strive for. I think I'm just gonna cut myself off right now before I go too far. In terms of the new content given to us, like I said, it feels tough to argue one way or the other when the alternative response is, we'll just do nothing next time. It could have just been a balance pass, and that's it. Instead, they tried to give us what they could. The live team is a very small team. It's not like the entirety of the studio was working on this update, so as much as everyone wants every update to be substantial, it just isn't gonna work like that, and that sucks. Well, why does that suck? It sucks that the game is in a state where it's built as an investment game, even though, allegedly, I'm pretty sure I'm not making this up, Bungie wanted the game to be like playing a single player game, almost. They want it to play like a Ratchet and Clank or something. You play the whole game, you beat it, you do a couple other things, and then you're just done until the next one. But because there's that investment part of the game attached, people want to get invested and they want to play it like a World of Warcraft, a Division, a Guild Wars, whatever. And it's just not possible for Bungie to keep up. Man, I'm going off of some really weird tangents today. Anyway, the patch did way more good than harm for the majority of the player base. It lets the average player revel in cool looking loot from various sources, as well as streamlining the entire loot getting experience in massively beneficial ways. PvPers are saying that so far, everyone is using a wide variety of weapons, and I haven't gotten to play much Crucible, but from what I have, it seems true. That could just be everyone playing with new weapons and figuring out what works and what doesn't, but for now, it's good. The new content we got with it was sparse, but I don't really feel comfortable criticizing it in the way that I want to because of the aforementioned reasons and circumstances. Anyway, that is my smorgasbord of thoughts on the April update. Sorry, I kind of went all over the place. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.